All right, this show actually reminds me of a real life vacation that I took to Jamaica and I toured Rose Hall. And they
Uh,
were like, after a certain time, we don't do tours here because of things that go bump in the night. So
uh-huh.
I was like, this is not so make believe. So talk a little bit about that. A lot of these places, because of how they were settled and some things with the ancestors, aren't quite as calm as we like to believe them to be. Can you talk about that? Just the idea of, you know, you go on vacation, you think things are calm, and what that was like putting yourself in that space. Let's start with you, Wes.
I think the thing with Allison being in a new place that she's never been in, around mostly people that she doesn't know, I think she's not fully comprehending what that means because she's grown up in such a sheltered and privileged and safe space. And I think when that happens, you're kind of a little bit maybe too comfortable, or too presumptuous or a little too at home, like nothing can go wrong because what she knows, nothing does really go wrong. So I think that there's maybe like a recklessness that comes with that, and some disrespect. And I think for her, in terms of being in this setting, I think that's the way that she doesn't fully grasp, that it's not just paradise.
Mm. Yeah, and for me, I love what you touched on there with how these islands have been settled and colonized. And I think when they say in an island like Saint X, they would develop a resort like Indigo Bay and funnel all the money into that resort and not spread it to the community, to the hospitals that need to be built, to the housing that needs to be built, the education, the schools. It creates such intense wealth disparity that crime is almost inevitable because people who have nothing are a street away from people who have everything. And then so people who go there think it's a paradise, like Wes said, and then are confronted by the ugly truth of the systems that they are participating in.
Absolutely. And I think, it is for your character, Jane, I think it's the code switching, right? He's at the hotel and he's got to be, Mr. Everything, and he's got to give him the spiel about he gives him the spiel about, all the amenities on the island. And at the same time, he's trying to encourage his friend to live a little bit more in the moment, to enjoy life and to not be so caught up. Can you talk about that? Because that's a sincere thing, you know what I mean? So much, especially places like these islands that depend on travel and tourism so much.
Absolutely. Edwin Edwin has, I don't want to say many faces because then that has a negative connotation, but almost many faces. But that's because of that is necessary to how he needs to survive. When he's on the resort, he needs to be a certain way to earn a living. And then when he's off the resort, he's away with his friends, but he's got to be that way to keep up his image and status, and so he can live. And so playing a character with so many sides and who is chameleon of sorts and actually has so much depth and complicated reasons to his actions was a blessing. And it was just so fun to kind of dive into that.
Yeah, and Wes, your character does too, because in a way, she talks about all these inequities, but she's a beneficiary. She's not to that point where she wants to where she wants to, get rid of it.
Totally. I think part of, what's endearing, but also frustrating, about Allison is how, she's full of these contradictions. She's ignorant and sheltered and unaware and at the same time so curious and empathetic, and she wants to learn. And I kind of tracked it as the scripts kept coming, and I was appreciating Allison was just always asking questions, and so I think both can be true. I think she means well, but at the same time, she can't disguise the fact that she comes from the background that she does.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Really enjoyed the show, and I can't wait for everyone else to see it.